just still see that flash that I always see for him, which is like he's under something, like in something. Now, at this time, it's been so long, water could have actually gotten into that, right? But I'm not sure why I always kind of see him like in something dark. You know what I'm saying? That's what answers just flashed over me. I always see him in something like covered, right? Something that's dark, right? I've always got that from him. Every time it's like that same flash. I don't know, but let's get into it. Love you too, Miss T. Uh, so yes. Let's see what Sebastian can tell us, ancestors, in reference of where he is. That wanted to come out. First card out, money. Ancestors, show us in the cards, Sebastian Rogers. Where is he at, ancestors? Show us in the cards what happened with Sebastian Rogers that we don't know at this time, ancestors. He has been missing for a while. Give us clarity into his case, please. On the bottom is evidence. Okay, so okay, family. So we do have evidence on the bottom of the deck, right? So the main thing that I'm seeing in the spread, let me show y'all this. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot make this up. Okay. First card out. First of all, y'all seen that money flew out, right? That flew out of the deck. The first card flew out. Okay. But the first card out was celebration. Who's celebrating? Second card is sex. Third card is air, conflict, molest, water. Didn't I tell y'all? Sacrifice. And the sacrifice is underneath of the air. Okay? So, and the air is the same energy as the evidence. So the way that I feel looking at this spread, family, especially with celebration and molest here, it's like something, somebody celebrating that they got away with taking something from him, right? And of course, that's what it looks like, right? And even the way that it looks in the top of the spread where the celebration is next to the sex, which is right underneath the molestation. And I have water. So water not only meaning that when I ask the ancestors where he is, ancestors keep throwing out water, even in that 30 that we got at the beginning, right? When I added all the numerology up and the cards that the ancestors threw out, the water is definitely also emotion. So somebody was very emotional when they did this to him, when they sacrificed him, because that's right beside sacrifice. And it was some type of conflict with them. And I feel like the conflict, there's some type of evidence around the conflict. Okay, is what the ancestors is saying. Now, as you guys know, some of these same cards came out before on his spread. See, because of the so many readings that I have done on him, I kind of remember some of the cards that came out before. Now I got to go back and watch some because I'm gonna watch this one back and kind of compare. But ancestors is always stuck to, like Tansha said, the water has come out more than once as well. So let's clarify what's come out from here. But it's definitely showing that this baby has been sacrificed. Now where this conflict is, that air is conflict, but it's also about a challenge, like some type of situation being challenged, and it's also about air element. So air element lets me know also in reference of wind. There could have been some situation around us, or a tornado or a storm or something like that. Or it could actually be the symbolism of what was going on within that home, you see. And so with that also being said, I also always look at this when this come out on a family situation of who was the air sign in the family. So I have to go back and look at who was the air sign. Ancestors, clarity on this spread. Oh, what is that trying to pop out? And sister said, yes, that's what flipped up on my face. Yes, confirmation. So somebody must be an air sign. Somebody must be an air sign, and there must have been some major conflict within that home. Like I said from the beginning, I've never thought that it was just where this baby got up in the middle of the night based off of what she has told the public and she said on that interview as well. But let's clarify the spread. Clarity on the spread, ancestors. Clarity on the spread. Ashe, ancestors. Thank you. Clarity on the spread. Ashe, ancestors. Yes, ancestors. Let me tell you something. Karma. Yes, ancestor said this was someone also wanting to get karma for something, but also somebody's going to reap some karma off of this, and they could already be going through because the ancestors is already showing me what exactly is going on. Okay, so like I said, the celebration is an error on top of the celebration. So this kind of lets me know within the situation that they looked at as an accident, or the way that they wanted to make it look like it was an error, like it was an accident that would have whatever they felt, whatever they put out there to make it look like it happened. Some people celebrating. Also, this is the 3 of Cups. So this celebration is 3 people being involved, 3 people celebrating what they made look like an error. You see, everything is allegedly here, but I'm going with what the ancestors is saying. You see what I'm saying? Now, on the 6, it was clarified with guilty. So, you know, I feel like this goes along with the whole situation that's here, because look what's on the molest. A fight. Okay. So I feel like somebody may have gotten in a fight about maybe some type of molestation that may have went on. And I got this before where I felt like maybe he did some type of molesting someone. Maybe, because I know that the father had a daughter from outside of the marriage. And I'm not sure if he may have did something to the little girl or if something happened to him, because this kept coming out in my spread. You remember, Christy? Yes. And so I don't know if this fight is the fight that was amongst the family because of this. And this is why he came up missing, because of something he did. But see, with him being so young and him, being, autistic, they said maybe he didn't realize what he was doing was wrong, although he may have been guilty, you see. But they gave him karma, or somebody gave him karma for being guilty of this, is what the ancestors is saying, clear as day to me. Now, that's just how I'm reading it, because there was some type of fight with this. You see? Look at this. Now, on the air, it was clarified with the history. So there was a history of conflict in that home. There was a history of some type of challenges, some situations within that home. It's the same cards. Yes, Tangelus, they already know. Yes. So it was already a history of things going wrong within that family, within that home. And like I said, it's a history with whoever this air sign is as well, family. It's a history with these people or this person, but it's 3 people involved. Okay. Now check this out. Now on the water, right, that we got in the first spread, we got poison on top of the water. So now we know poison means to put something inside to harm someone, to poison someone. That means putting something inside of something. I'm getting hot, so I know I'm tapping on something. But ancestors is saying either he was put in some type of water or something may have been put in his water to poison him. Who knows? Because remember, we got the celebration is the accident, the error, and whatever accident or error, maybe it's some type of concoction or something they may have put in his water or put in something, or maybe something that, is something towards this as well too, with the poison in the water, or maybe they put him in water to poison him, to get rid of him, you see? Because poison just means to put something into something to harm someone. So what would they put him in to harm him? And last, sacrifice and shopping. Shopping means to go get something or to go and retrieve something. So They sacrificed him in reference of something he went to go retrieve, or they made it seem like somebody was shopping. Because remember, it was about something about they went shopping or something like that at one point in time. But I feel like that's all cover up in reference of what happened truly in reference of this baby. They may have been acting like they were going to go get something, or they may have even act like he was going to go get something, but truly in actuality, he was sacrificed. That's just what I feel. And that's the spread. Now, I'm gonna clarify this. I want to clarify this sex and guilty, because remember I told you I feel like he did something. What flew out? Look what flew out, family. Look what flew out. You can't tell me the answers don't be. Let me tell y'all something. If the ancestors don't be speaking, family, okay, it was a cover up. Something was covered up, family. Something is covered up. This baby case. All right, so let me clarify the sex and the guilty, okay? Group. What type of and then the powers that be, what type of group of people would be doing or have some type of involvement in reference of this? Remember, I said it was 3 people involved. So 3 is a crowd, 3 is a group of people, right? So was it that he was found out to had did this, or was it that they did that as well? I don't know who was molested or who was doing the molesting, pretty much in reference of this fight. But I do know that this was the main situation in reference of a fight, and it caused him to be gone, pretty much, allegedly. You see what I'm saying? So this group of people, yeah, it's saying powers that be. Powers that be for this situation could be the actual authority figures over him, which would be parents and so forth. Because that's all. That's the people that was involved. Family was his mom, his dad, his stepdad, and his other dad, which they said was supposed to come and pick him up or something like that. Oh, and then they did say in her interview, she said something about a neighbor. And I think I might have got something out on a neighbor before in one of my other readings, but family, not based off of what I've always felt it was in that home. You see. Clarity on the water and the poison, ancestors. Clarity on the water and the poison, please. Clarity on the poison in the water. Scared. Yeah, scared and afraid on that water and poisoned. And look, karma, wanting to give that baby karma. And I feel like he was scared, but they wanted, look at how they're both the same energy. It's like he was scared, but also somebody wanted to give him karma, and then he actually, and I feel like the person that did it was also scared in reference of the karmas they was gonna receive, because they were probably guilty in it as well, because it's all a history of conflict. See, the history and the conflict is here, and also the communication. Because remember, air is about the mental, about the mind. It kind of goes back to the swords things. Is also the communication. There's a history of the communication being off. There's a history of conflict within the communication. It's a lot here, family, in reference of people being scared, people trying to get karma, give karma back to the baby, or getting karma, either way. I feel like it's all wrapped up in reference of somebody that did something, in a reflection of what happened would have been on the parents. So they had to do something with him in reference of what was done. That's just what I see. And that's just what the answers keep kicking out to me every time I do his spread. And this is like the 5th time I've done reading, maybe the 4th that I've done readings on him. And every time I get the same, like Tanshus and them say, every time I get the same cards. Let's pull some from my other cards now that I'm using those, and let's see what the ancestors say. Okay.